As the passengers are boarding the aircraft, the crew who have already arrived in the cockpit start their pre-flight checks. These involve checking all the relevant systems, the controls for full movement, all warning lights are serviceable, and that the radio is working. Circuits in the cockpit are checked to be serviceable, warning systems for engine fire warning, propeller light systems, the fuel booster pumps are checked that they are delivering fuel pressure to the engines, the undercarriage light systems are checked. The horn may indicate on the ground that we haven't received ground fine pitch. Propeller pitch is checked to ensure that the aircraft propellers will go out of the ground fine or stationary pitch to a flight angle or a power angle.
The load sheet arrives at the aircraft and is handed to the captain. This is the final sheet, which even takes into account late arrivals, and from now on, nobody will be allowed to board the aircraft.
Brakes are parked, pressures are up, trimmers are set, throttles are closed, HB cocks are closed.
The captain checks the brakes are on, everything is ready for a start. He checks outside with the ground engineer that it is all clear to start. Co-pilot looks out his window at the engine, makes sure it is clear, propeller is stationary, and the start is commenced.
Revs, JPTs, flows, oil pressure, soft to stop, compressor lights out, engine, gearbox, ignition, select
For the port engine, I check left, ensure it is clear before calling start port.
start port. Out, engine, gearbox, ignition, safe on starboard. Ship's battery, 2 generators, 2 alternators, and trim up things.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard National Airways Flight 429 to Wellington, under the command of Captain Timmings. Please fasten your seatbelt, and it is now normal practice to keep this fastened throughout the flight. I would like to draw your attention to the safety features of this aircraft and would ask you to read carefully the flight safety information card located in the seat pocket in front of you. Thank you.
We advise the tower when starting up so that we will not conflict with other aircraft on the airfield, and occasionally may have to wait a few minutes for another aircraft. In this case, a Boeing 707 takes off ahead.
With the 135-ton 707 away on her 7,500-mile flight across the Pacific to her eventual destination in San Francisco, Ted Wilde prepares the 18-ton Friendship to assume her new identity, National 429. From here on, she'll be known for all radio calls, in accordance with international custom, by her company name and flight number. The same number, incidentally, which appears on passengers' tickets.
It's a dry 0, 100, 104. Whitford on number 2, both tuned, identified on ADS and on the RMIs.
When in the air, the undercarriage and then the flaps are retracted. Power is reduced at a minimum safe altitude to the climbing power, and the engine fuel is trimmed back on the JPTs or jet pipe temperatures. These indicate the power output of the aircraft engines.
Takeoff completed, the passengers settle down to enjoy their flight, and the crew settle down to their continuous checking. Tony Timmings and Ted Wild are two of the 247 pilots employed by this airline. Tony's been